Is that you getting soft, bro? Are you sleeping in a bit? You're taking things a bit easier. You're not working as much. You're not pushing yourself as hard in the gym. You're not staying on track with your diet. You're breaking promises to yourself. Have you started seeing some success from the work that you've been putting in, but now you started kind of slacking off? If that's the case, you need to watch this video all the way through, because in this video, I'm gonna explain to exactly like how I fell into that exact same trap and exactly what I did to fix it. Because myself, I fell into the exact same thing. About 3 years ago, I was dead broke. My biggest dream was to start making money online and start achieving a life of freedom, make 10K a month. And if that was you before, if that's you right now, you need to understand this, because there's gonna get to a point, if you haven't already achieved it, where you achieve those goals. You know, you make your first 10K a month, you start getting freedom, and I got there, you know. And I got the lifestyle I wanted, where I was able to travel. I had a really nice apartment in Medellin, Colombia, and I was working like 4 to 6 hours every single day, taking sales calls as a remote closer and making over 10K a month doing that. You know, I'd achieved the goals that I wanted. But what happened at that point is everything started kind of going downhill a bit, you know, because I missed out on this key principle, this key thing that I want to share with you in this video. And I kind of, because of that, I almost like fell a lot, you know, like almost went back down to zero because of it, you know. And what it was is basically is like when you get to a point where you've achieved your goals, you know, and like you have the lifestyle that you want, it's very, very easy to become complacent, you know. And if you don't have the right way to solve that, which is, I'll mention that in a second what that is, like I've seen multiple people, they get to 10K a month, you know, and they achieve their life that they want, and then they literally fall back down to zero, and they actually go back to where they was at like before they even started, you know. And that was really close for me to happen, because like it's so easy, because you have this like mindset and you have this like very clear goal for yourself that you want to achieve freedom, you know, you want to get to a point where you can live your dream life, and then you get the dream life, you're living it, and that's literally your day to day. And then it's like, what's next? You know, like what's gonna drive you to get to that next level? What's gonna be the motivating factor for you to scale to 20K, 30K, 50K, and like get to those big numbers, you know? And that's the question that kind of comes at that point, because when you're making 10K a month, you're technically fine, you know? You don't need to push further. You don't need to take the next step and like push yourself to get to bigger numbers than that. Which is why I think that most people, and I know that I lost motivation and I kind of lost like the purpose and the reason to push further at that point. And that's why I started slacking off, you know? That's why I started waking up later, going out with, like, and seeing a lot of, like going on a lot of dates with a lot of girls, and it's working less in general than I was doing before, and kind of slacking off with my habits, with my like the learning stuff that I was doing, with mentorships and all these different things, you know, because I had achieved the thing that I set out to achieve, and there was nothing really else that I was kind of like striving to achieve, you know. And the way to solve this is very, very simple, is by kind of realigning yourself, you know. When you're sitting at 10K a month, the goal is no longer to get out of like being broke, you know, and like, because that's what was driving me before, you know. I was broke living with my parents when I was 18, 19, and I was just like dying to get out of their house and like make money online and just like become free, basically, you know, achieve freedom. And that was what's driving me, you know, just the fear of being average, the fear of having to go into 9 to 5, the fear of being just like this average, unsuccessful, and like just bored person, like going into a mundane job, all like in the winters and all that shit, you know. But then when you get to 10K a month, you have to shift that. You have to find something else that's gonna drive you, because that same thing is not driving you anymore. Because when you make a 10K a month, like you're fine financially, you know. So the way that I've done that, and like the thing that's helped me, is I just basically sat down, took some time off from work completely, and just sat down like, what would I be doing if I had 10 million to my name, you know? I'm not there yet. I'm gonna be there one day, 100%. But yes, I just sat down and reflected, like, what would my life look like? What would I be spending my time on if I had 10, even 100 million in the bank and I was good for the rest of my life? I didn't have to work. What would my days look like? Because that's what it comes down to. When you're set financially and you have the finances to be able to like do literally whatever you want to do, then the question is like, what's actually your purpose? Like, what do you actually like have that burning desire inside of you to just keep doing every single day, no matter if you get paid for it or not? And that's how you get to like the next level. Because my current goal is scaling to 100K a month, and the way I'm gonna get there is by doing something I'm truly passionate about and helping other people. And what I kind of, the conclusion I came to from reflecting on that is basically just, I want to pass on the stuff that I've learned, the things that I struggled, the things that I kind of went through to get to where I've gotten, where I've achieved some level of freedom. I want to help other people doing that. Because that's what I would be doing. Like if I literally had all the money in the world and I didn't have to work at all anymore, and I didn't do anything for money, I would be doing that. I would be coaching other people, giving free mentorships, and it's like helping other people achieve what I've achieved. And you're only able to like figure this out by sitting down, reflecting, taking a step back from your day to day. But you need to do this practice, because if you're not clear on this, it's going to be pretty much impossible to get to that next level, because you don't even know what you're striving towards, you know. So really take a second, like if you've already seen like some success, you've achieved the goals that you first set out to achieve, and you're starting to kind of stagnate, get clear on this stuff. Figure out what the long-term vision actually is, like why you're actually doing this. Get really clear on that. And sit down and think about like what would you do if you had all the money in the world? What would you do if you had 100 million in the bank? You didn't have to do anything whatsoever. You had no like limitations on your daily basis. What would your life actually look like? And then design like the ventures that you pursue and pick the opportunities you pursue based off of that. I promise you it's going to give you so much more alignment, and it's going to make the journey to scale to that next level so much more simple. So this also applies to you if you're starting from zero. If you're starting from zero and you want to make your first 10K a month, also understand that you're in a season of your life right now where the reason why you're doing what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve is basically just getting out of, maybe not poverty, but like getting out of being broke and being miserable, and you want that freedom for yourself. And then just pursue opportunities that's going to get you to that first 10K a month ASAP, you know. The thing that got me there very quickly was getting into remote sales. In my opinion, is by far the fastest way to get to your first 10K a month. Because you basically just need to learn the skill, which takes usually around 2 to 4 weeks to do, and then land a business to work for, land one client, that's it, and then you can make 10K a month doing that. So if you want to get to this point, we can start like reflecting about your long-term goals, your true passion, and just like get freedom ASAP. Definitely get into remote high-ticket sales. That's what I would have done 100%, even sooner if I could go back. If you want my help with that, you can click the link down below and you can book a call with me, and I'll see if I can help you out with my one-on-one mentorship, where I help guys get into remote high-ticket sales, land a role, and scale to their first 10K a month. But that's the path I would take. If you're starting from zero, get into high-ticket sales, learn a skill, get freedom for yourself, get 10K a month, and then you can get to a point where you can start figuring out the long-term stuff and building like long-term wealth and helping a lot of other people. That's it for the video. Any questions, leave them down below. If you want my help, click the link down below, book a call to join my inner circle where I can help you get into remote high-ticket sales. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Ciao.